Congratulations. We are so excited to finally welcome you to the BWJ travel team and get you going as our newest travel consultant. My name is Edwin. I'm your chief of operations. I'm responsible for everything on the back end here. That's to make you successful as a travel agent with us. That includes all the resources you have access to, the supplier connections, the commission payouts, the accounting team directs to me, the support team directs to me. I do a lot of the technology here, and I am just absolutely stoked that you finished your final exam, you've completed the institute, and now you're ready to rock and roll and service our clients here at BWJ. Now, before we get started and have you begin servicing clients, this recorded meeting is really just to show you the ins and outs of the portal that you have access to. We're going to go through everything, right? We're going to talk about the portal, navigating resources, the booking process, how you're going to be servicing clients all the way through support, our community, so that you have a full rundown of everything that's at your disposal in becoming a successful travel consultant with us. And with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. All right. Now on my screen, you're looking at the travel agent portal login. You should have received a welcome email that asks you to reset your password. So the first step is to set up your password. And then after you set up your password, you have two things to complete before you have full access to the portal. The first one is our IC agreement, the independent contractor agreement. That details our relationship, right? And the second step is to verify your identification. That protects all of us from fraud and risk and different things like that, right? To make sure you are who you say you are and your account is associated to you. Now, after you do those things, you're automatically going to be able to log into your travel agent portal. And this is what it looks like as long as you have the password in correctly. You're going to go ahead and be able to log into your BWJ travel agent portal. Now, all this information I have here, this is a demo account. I'm going to show you all the details. Of course, yours is going to be empty as you're going to fill it up. That's not a problem. But let me give you a quick agenda of what we're going to be talking about, right? First, we'll talk about navigating this portal, where everything is. Then we'll talk about the booking process. I'll go step by step into all the booking process that you're going to go through when you're servicing a client. Inherently, we're going to talk about how you're going to be servicing our clients. And of course, at the end, we'll talk about support, the community, the whole 9 yards. Now, before you can go ahead and do anything, my suggestion here is that you complete the 2 steps necessary to go ahead and service our clients. Well, it's actually 3 steps because it's 3 suppliers that you need access to, right? Now, when you're servicing our clients, there are 3 main suppliers that you're going to be booking with. And I'm going to show you those suppliers one by one. And as you can see, I'm going to navigate my side panel here to go and get access to those suppliers, right? So under booking tools, you will see a link called supplier list. Now, if you click supplier list, you're going to get a whole huge list of 30 plus partners that BWJ is partnered with. You as an agent now have access to booking and earning commission with. Don't overwhelm yourself. Do not request access to all 30 suppliers at once, guys, because what you need to keep in mind is that each of these partners has their own travel agent login. They have their own marketing emails. They have their own supplier trainings. You don't want to bombard yourself as a new consultant with us. So here's what I recommend. Just start with these 3 partners. These 3 suppliers are going to be the main suppliers you're going to be booking with. Probably 95% of your bookings are going to go through these 3 suppliers. These are the only ones that you need to request access to so you can go and move to servicing our clients. And then down the line, when you get experience, you're more than welcome to go and get access to all the other suppliers as you see fit. Now, we give you access to everything just so you can, if you need to book something like a specific cruise line or a specific car rental company, so on and so forth, you have the ability to do so. But again, to service our clients, these 3 main suppliers are the ones that you're going to be using. The first one, guys, is Apple Vacations, okay? Now, Apple Vacations is America's #1 vacation provider. Now, this is actually a company that's been started in the 1950s by the Mullen family. And the Mullen family did something different, right? It was a small family-owned travel agency, but what they did is they started focusing in on specializing in tropical destinations like Mexico, Caribbean, Central America, Hawaii, they started focusing in on these destinations. And as they were, growing, they began chartering flights. Now, chartering flights means you're taking over the entire aircraft on a specific route, primarily from U.S. departure cities and hubs like Chicago, Denver, St. Louis, um, Philadelphia. These were some of their largest hubs in the US, and they would charter flights out to these tropical destinations: Cancun, Cabo, Dominican Republic, Aruba, Jamaica, Bahamas. They would send out these charter flights, and they would pair the flight with an all-inclusive hotel and transportation at the destination. So they kind of pioneered this all-inclusive vacation package concept where a family would pay one price per person. It would include the flight, the transportation at the destination to and from the airport, and the hotel stay, which was an all-inclusive. All-inclusives, meals, drinks, alcohol, activities included. It was one package, covered it all. Now, I would argue that Apple Vacations is the pioneer of all-inclusive vacationing. Why it's so popular today, it wasn't like that 20, 30 years ago. Apple Vacations really exponentially grew that market, especially in North America. The Mullen family actually sold off the company about a decade or so ago. We had a really great relationship with them. We were their top producer on the West Coast when they had ownership. Now, Apple Vacations is owned by ALG Vacations, which is the conglomerate owned by Hyatt. Hyatt Inclusive Collection owns ALG Vacations, multi-billion-dollar company, wonderful company. We have a wonderful relationship with ALG Vacations. We are a Diamond Elite partner with them, meaning we are one of their top producing agencies in the United States. Every year, they have a retreat where we get together as agencies, their top agencies, with their executives. We have meetings. We talk about different strategy. It's wonderful, right? So we have that relationship with Apple Vacations. Apple Vacations is the first supplier you need to get access to. This is one of the big ones for packaging vacations, right? Now, with Apple Vacations, there is one requirement you need to complete. It's called ALGV Pro certification. It's a free certification. Because you're a travel agent with BWJ, you have access to ALGV Pro, complimentary, not something you're going to be paying for. Just complete that training, because that training is going to give you the knowledge of how to navigate their system. It's also going to help you with their inventory, okay? How to book into their inventory. So number one supplier, guys, is Apple Vacations and completing ALGV Pro certification, okay? Number two supplier, we're going to go back to the supplier list here, is one that you are very familiar with, okay? And it's Expedia. But it's not the Expedia you know. It's called Expedia TAP. It's the Travel Agent Affiliate Program of Expedia. Now, this division is responsible for allowing agencies and agents to book into Expedia's rates and earn a commission. All right? Now, if you've ever booked on Expedia before, Expedia TAP is pretty much the same exact booking engine, right? You can see pictures here. Now, the only caveat is you'll see a commission amount that you're going to earn as an agent, and you're going to go ahead and see additional resources that enable you as a consultant with us, right? With Expedia TAP, BWJ is a platinum tier partner. It's the highest tier that they have. We do a lot of volume. We have a great relationship with Expedia TAP. They have a wide inventory of hotels, car rentals, vacation rentals, activities, tours, excursions, airport transfers, package rates you can book. So tons that you can book on Expedia TAP. Sometimes you get exclusive rates and you can book into those and earn commission. So the second supplier you need to be comfortable booking with is Expedia TAP, which means you have to have access to this supplier as well. All right. And the third and final supplier that you need to get access to is Beds Online. Now, this one you're probably not familiar with, right? Now, this one is because it's a B2B. All right, it's business to business. It only works with agencies. It's not a public site anyone can book from. And Beds Online is what we call in the travel industry a bed bank. It's a hotel wholesaler. It provides wholesale hotel rates. It only does hotels. So if your client is looking to book flights, you have to pair it with a different supplier. Now, we are a very big partner with Beds Online as well. And many cases, your clients will see retail prices online. You're able to find the same exact hotel, same room type, same cancellation policy for 10 to 20% many times on Beds Online. I call it the 3 W's, the win-win-win. The first win is your client saves money. The second win is your client gets a concierge for free. That's you. You're the concierge. And the third win is you get to earn 16% commission on all gross booking value amounts from Beds Online. Meaning if the hotel that you booked was $8,000, 16% is going to be yours from the $8,000. That's your commission from Beds Online. It's one of their highest tiers because we do a lot of volume with them. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, Apple Vacations, Expedia Tab, Beds Online, and ALGV Pro. These are your next steps. These are the first things you should do as you're getting access to the portal, right? And once you finish these, you get access to the 3 suppliers, you complete ALGV Pro, you're equipped to begin servicing clients. So let's now move to the section where we talk about servicing clients, and we'll talk about the booking tools as we basically role play a client servicing scenario, right? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to access new clients. This is where you see the client list. But before you do that, you need to be requested access to service clients, right? Now, by the time you're watching this video, there will likely be a button here that says request access to clients. And that button you need to click, and you need to update or upload your ALGV Pro certification so you can request access to working with our clients. Now, if that is not here yet, you can just email my support team and they will go ahead and do this step for you manually by enabling your ability to service clients, right? And now you can service our clients. So let's go ahead and start this process. What does it look like? So the first step here is to choose a client you want to work with, right? So again, the reason that we are growing so quickly, we are giving opportunity to those that are passionate about the travel industry and they want to go ahead and, give it a shot. We give you the opportunity. We don't do 10 rounds of interviews, right? We don't have all these filtering processes, discrimination processes. Our best method is to give you the opportunity and then judge your performance. And if you're following instructions, you've completed your training, you're going through these videos, you're going to be wonderful. Our most successful consultants had little to no experience in the travel industry, right? And it's all about really following instructions, following our trainings, delighting the client, and we're here to help you do that, right? My support team is here, and along with servicing clients, you're going to have an assigned booking advisor that will reach out to you. This booking advisor is kind of like your right hand, right? They will help you in the client servicing process. They will help you with any supplier, questions you have, or any technical issue you reach into whenever you're servicing your client. They're kind of there to help you through all of that during the servicing process. These resources are given to you because we want to enable you to be successful. So here's the list of all the unanswered clients in our company thus far. This is just right now in this moment. This number of clients has not been serviced yet, right? And we need consultants to service these clients. And I'll tell you the reason why we have so many clients that aren't serviced, right? Why aren't our existing agents able to service them? Really, it's because they don't have the time. They're too busy servicing their existing clients. And I'll talk about how that works and how we're going to get you there as well, right? So let's say you want to service a client. You were given access to servicing clients. What you're going to do is you're going to click apply to one of the clients you want to service. It's going to apply it to your lead section. And when you click confirm, it's going to go ahead and add that client to your lead section, right? So now you're going to see that client in here. You're going to see their information. You're the only agent that gets to see their contact details. So their phone number and their email. If they put in their email, you're going to see that you're the only agent. Multiple agents do not service the same client. So when you get access to that client, then it's very paramount that you're ready to contact the client, right? So you heard my partner Jacob talk about, you have 10 to 20 minutes to contact the client. This is what he was talking about. When the client is assigned to you into your leads, you really need to be ready to contact that client. Maybe you look at the notes, you look at the dates, you look at the destination. I do some outside research on this hotel just to get comfortable with it, maybe spend about 5 minutes on it before I actually call, text, and email the client, right? So once you see all this information, it's really time to service that client. Now, you're going to go ahead and call out the client or email the client, and you're going to begin servicing the client. Now, typically it takes our consultants maybe within 1 to 2 weeks to make the booking. So during that time, from first initial call to making the booking, there's a little bit of time in between because clients are spending thousands of dollars on their vacation. It's not as swift as buying a cup of coffee at Starbucks, right? It's not an impulsive purchase like that. It takes a little bit of work to ensure they're getting the right package, right? It's a decision-making process, right? You give them an option, they give you feedback, you tweak, you give them an option. The most important thing to do during this time is to write notes. For example, if I'm giving them an option, right? We checked Breathless Montego Bay, the room type that they want isn't there, but there's a sister hotel, for example, or something that we can give them. Maybe the Breathless Riviera Cancun is available, for example, offered instead. Preferred this one to the one in Jamaica. For example, I can add that note and I can come back to this note at all times, right? I can go anywhere on my portal, and then when I come back, it's already going to be associated. Now, because I've contacted the client, I'm going to mark as contacted, which means in my list, I'm going to see all the contacted status, which means I know I talked with them. And my last note is going to show up here too, which is wonderful because you can just quickly see what's going on, pick up where you left off. Now, let's say that client, let's say they go ahead and call you and they're like, you know what, Edwin, I want to go ahead and book the Breathless Riviera Cancun. That's the one I want to book. Let's go ahead and finalize that reservation. I'm going to say that's fantastic. And I'm going to move to the second process, or the second step in this process, the booking process, which is sending the client the authorization form. Now, before I can actually send the client the authorization form, I do have to add a client in the system, right? Now, to be able to add a client into the system, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and convert this client. I'm going to click Mark Completed. But before I do that, I do have to enter their information. So let's put the information. I'm going to put my support team's information for the sake of the example. Let's put in their address. And as you're putting in the address, you should see it. Oh, 1 second. Location should be allowed. There we go. So let's say I'm looking at, this is their address, for example, and we're going to go ahead and mark completed. Now, when we do that, you get to choose mark as closed or mark as closed won or lost. We're going to say we won, so we wanted to create a trip. And automatically, when you're converting this lead, you're going to go ahead and go to, create new client, right? Unless you're associating it to an existing client, which means that this client already exists in your system. If not, you create a new client, and it's gonna say client exists. And how does it know it exists? It basically looks at the phone number and the email. If it's in the system, it's gonna tell you that it already exists. So let's say I look for that client here. Let me see. Or let me just associate it to someone else. Let me just associate it to another client right now that I know is right here in the system. So we're going to associate it to this client. We click confirm, and what it automatically does is it opens up a trip in the system. And it automatically sets the status as not paid. But now that we have a client in the system, you guys see that we can go ahead and send the credit card authorization form. This is the next step. We want to go ahead and send this authorization form. We click send CC authorization. We're going to go ahead and now put in the client's information. So let's find that client. Let's say it was, John Smith, right, that we put in. And we'll see their information pop up right here. And we're going to go ahead and start putting in the passenger information after we add the client to the system. So passenger information, let's say we're working with is Susanna Smith, and date of birth we'll put in. Now, this step is very critical, guys. We need to make sure we're putting in passenger information accurately with the client's travel documents. Spelling, date of birth, gender, everything needs to be accurate with their travel documents. Remember, one mistake here can actually cause failure to board, issues at the airport, anywhere. So please make sure that this step you take a lot of time on. The data that you enter from their travel document must be accurate. Then let's add the second passenger, John Smith. This is their date of birth, male, put it in, fantastic. Now, we're going to move to the itinerary description. It's where we put any and all information as it pertains to the trip that we're booking. So in this case, we said we're booking a Breathless Riviera Cancun hotel. We're going to do, I think it was May 22 to 29. Let's just call it 2025. We'll put the flight information as well. So let's say it's Alaska Airlines round trip. And from, I don't know, let's call it LAX to Cancun. Okay, so I put in the dates, put everything. Now on the bottom, I'm going to put 2 adults. I'm going to put junior suite, oceanfront room. And I'm going to even say that they have preferred club membership, for example, at the hotel. And then on the third line, I'm going to put the cancellation policy, right? It's something that I want you guys getting into the habit of doing because it gives the client more awareness. If the package is non-refundable, let's put in non-refundable, right? And then we're going to scroll down to add payment details. Here we need to put the total authorization amount. Let's say the total amount of the package is $20,000, for example. All right. Now, before you're able to review document, you actually have to set a passphrase. Now, I've already set a passphrase, but you will see a button here that says set passphrase if you haven't done it already. This passphrase, think of it like a password. It's important to enter because when you send this credit card authorization form and the client fills it out and sends it back to you with their credit card details, you can't access that without putting in your password again. It makes it PCI compliant. It protects the document in case your account gets hacked for whatever reason. No one can see the client's credit card information, right? So you're gonna have to set up a passphrase. And now when I click review document, I think it's gonna trigger me to enter mine. First, it's gonna show me a breakdown of what that document's gonna look like before it gets sent out. So this account is Fred Flintstones. There's my picture, right? You'll see BWJ Travel's identity here. You'll see the phone number. You'll see the email. You'll see the terms and conditions. Now, first of all, there's 2 reasons why your information gets white labeled here on the letterhead, guys, okay? The first reason is professional. It instills confidence in your client. So when a client gets this document sent to them, they'll see your picture, they'll see your information. They're going to feel confident working with you. And number 2, it protects you from liability, from things going wrong. Now, what could possibly go wrong, right? Flight changes, cancellations, hurricanes, the client doesn't have the right visa, their passport's expired. Stuff like this can happen during the regular course of travel. It's not uncommon, all right? This first page of the authorization form simply says that you are not legally responsible if these things occur. But you do have a fiduciary duty to take care of your client, right? If your client calls you from the airport, says, oh my God, Edwin, I missed my flight. I don't know what I'm going to do. I was in traffic. I'm not hanging up on the client. I'm going to help them rebook their flights. I'm going to let the hotel know, hey, my clients missed their flight. Don't cancel their reservation. They'll be there tomorrow. I'm going to do whatever I can do to mend the situation because at the end of the day, the client's working with me because they expect a concierge level of service. Otherwise, they would have simply booked online. Does that make sense, guys? That's what I'm here to do. I'm a concierge, okay? So you're going to go ahead and by the way, since I know I gave you a hypothetical, but remember, you're never alone. If there is an emergency situation, I have 24/7 emergency support. You can call our support line after hours. Someone's going to answer and get you the help that you need. We'll talk about that later in this meeting, okay? In this video, okay? So just hang tight. Let's go ahead and now scroll down. You're going to see the passenger information's filled in. You're going to see the brief itinerary description is put there. Your client's information is automatically going to populate, and you're going to go ahead and send document. Now, remember, we're going to get a signature from the client. It also says that you offer them travel insurance. So make sure when you're working with your client, you let them know, hey, by the way, this package is non-refundable. Do you want travel insurance? I can give you the different policies. And we usually like to add them into packages that are over, a certain limit, $5,000, for example, to protect you in case something does go wrong. So always make sure to offer travel insurance to the client. And once you're done with this form, guys, when you click send document, it's going to ask you to put in that passphrase. So I'm going to put in my passphrase. You're going to put in the one that you create, and voila, you're going to go ahead and send this document to the client. Now, this document is going to get sent out to your client, and you're going to see a history of all the documents that were sent. And when that document comes back to you, it's going to show you all the information here. And on the bottom right here, you're gonna see something that says "Get Card Details." When you click that link, "Get Card Details," it's going to ask you to put the passphrase in so you can look at the client's card information, their billing details. So that's what you use to make the payment for the reservation, right? Now, before you make a payment for a reservation, guys, as a BWJ travel consultant, right, you get access to a plethora of benefits and resources. There's one benefit in particular I don't talk often about, but it's there to protect you in case you make big mistakes. And it's called the ENO insurance. That stands for Errors and Omissions Professional Liability Insurance Coverage. This is for big mistakes. I rarely see this insurance get used, but I want you to think of it as a safety net to protect you in case something big goes wrong. Hypothetically speaking, let's say you book a group on a $200,000 destination wedding. It's your 150-person group. You're excited. You're ecstatic. You're about to clear $50,000 in commission. And when you're booking this large group, you forget and you make a mistake. You miss the payment on the group deposit for the flights. Now, you missed the payment for the flights. Now, what's going to happen? Unfortunately, the airline doesn't care if it's your, my, anyone's destination wedding galore. They have automated systems. When you miss the payment on the group flight, they're automatically canceling that reservation. And because you're booking, let's say during spring break, it's so busy, you can't find an alternative flight to get all 150 guests to the wedding, which means the destination wedding is ruined. Now you're freaking out because the client is so upset, they turn to you and they sue you for $200,000 for ruining their wedding. You went from cloud nine to rock bottom. You're like, oh my God, how am I going to find $200,000 to get myself out of this mess, right? The answer is, guys, you're not. You're not going to find $200,000 because that's where our ENO insurance kicks in. Okay? That's where our ENO insurance kicks in. There's a deductible that you'll pay out of pocket. It's $1,000. And the remaining $199,000 gets covered by our insurance so you don't sink. That coverage goes all the way up to $2 million in errors and omissions professional liability insurance coverage to protect you from sinking in case you make a mistake. Now, there is one thing that the ENO insurance does not protect against, and that is fraud. But lucky for us, Edwin has over 12 years of experience managing a retail travel agency, one of the biggest on the West Coast. Millions in and out every single month. I've seen all the good, bad, ugly. I know exactly what fraud looks like. I'm going to tell you all the 3 red flags for fraud and what you need to do if you spot them so you will never be responsible for fraud. Number 1, red flag. The client you're working with is a brand new client. You've never met them before. You don't know who they are. They're not a repeat client or a return client. They are brand new. And they're looking to book for travel within 2 weeks. We call that in the industry a last-minute booking. Last-minute bookings by strangers are red flags. Last-minute bookings by strangers are red flags. Red flag number 2. The card holder name that's going to come back on the card details and the passenger name right here, right? This client name, passenger name, card holder name, and the passenger name does not match. It's a third-party card. Third-party cards are also red flags. Third-party cards are also red flags. And red flag number 3, the client is eager to book. They're not price sensitive. It seems too good to be true. It probably is. If the client is eager to book, they're not price sensitive. It seems too good to be true. It probably is. That's the 3rd red flag. Guys, if any of these 3 red flags come up during the booking process, all you need to do is reach out to my support team. Email my support team, support@bwjagents.com. Email us, and within 1 hour, we will give you a green light or we will give you a red light. Shout out to Squid Games. It's a Squid Games inspired process. If my team gives you a green light to proceed with a booking and it turns out to be fraud, you will not be responsible whatsoever for the damages. For all you Monopoly fans, that's your get out of jail free card. I'll say that one more time. As long as my team gives you a green light to proceed with the booking and it turns out to be fraud, you will not pay a penny out of pocket. We will cover 100% of liability. Does that make sense, guys? Now, these protections are here for you just in case, but I will remind you, fraud, E&O insurance, it's not the norm. It's the nitty gritty. It doesn't happen often. The reason it doesn't happen often is because I have a resource here, right here. It's called Booking Checklist. I'm going to show you this after I talk about the booking process. Its main and only purpose is to help you follow instructions when you're making a reservation. And when you follow instructions, you're limiting liability, right? Very unlikely for you to make mistakes if you're following instructions. And we make it very easy for our consultants to follow instructions. And I'll come back to that resource in a second. So fraud and E&O insurance usage, that's not the norm. It's the nitty gritty. Let's put it to the side. Once you send this authorization form to the client, they're going to open it up. They're going to sign it. They're going to put in their card information. They're going to send it back to you. When you get the document back, you will open it up. You'll see card details. You'll click on card details. You'll put in your passphrase. You'll get the card information. And from here, you need to go ahead and take that card information and make the reservation, right? So for example, let's say that we were making an Expedia Tap booking, right? So if I'm on Expedia Tap and I'm making a booking, let's just pretend I'm making that Riviera Cancun booking on whatever dates. Okay. So we're making that booking. I just want to show you guys where we would be putting in the credit card information, right? This is me making the booking with Expedia Tap. I don't want to spend a lot of information, a lot of time on this. I just want to show you guys that we would be, making that reservation. So let's say we want to pay now. And here we are, right? So you're going to put in your client's information up top here. You're going to put in the client's card information right here. Does that make sense? So you'll put all their information in and you'll make the payment. Now, once you make the booking with the supplier, you're going to go back to your authorization form. You're going to close out and you're going to put the booking in the CRM. So we're going to go back to the trip that we were working on. Remember, guys, this was the trip that we just created. We're going to put in the start and end dates. Let's just say it's the 15th to the 22nd, whatever that was. And then we're going to add the booking in the CRM. So we click add booking here and we need to fill this in. So it's going to be an active booking. We're going to put in the booking number, which is the reservation number we're going to get from the supplier. The booking date is going to be today. The supplier in this case was Expedia Tap. The start date of the booking, I think we said the 15th, and we said coming back on the 22nd. So you're going to put start and end date, and then you're going to put the commission amount. So first you have to put the total booking amount. Let's say the total booking amount was $20,000 as it was in the authorization form, and the commission on that will be shown to you from the supplier. So when you're booking with your supplier login on the checkout page, you will see something that says travel agent commission. That's what you use to put in here, okay? Let's pretend on this booking, the commission amount is, I don't know, let's say $34.50. Okay? And from that commission amount, you will see your earnings pop up. Remember, from the total commission, 80% goes to you. That's 80%, $27.60. 20% BWJ keeps. That's how we make our money, okay? So we keep 20%, you keep 80%. That's how the split is. And we click create booking. When you create that booking, that reservation is now complete, all right? Now, friends, you must put the booking information into the CRM for us to know you have commission owed. This is a very important step, right? The reason is that this is how the payout process works. I'll explain it to you. Your clients, let's say, go on the trip, then the hotel sends us the commission check with a list of booking numbers and amounts. We enter those booking numbers and amounts on our end of the CRM. If I enter a booking number that matches with yours here, that's what tells us that we need to pay your commission. That's when we send you your commission. But if it doesn't match because you forgot to put the booking number, we won't know which one of our agents made the reservation to pay the right person out. That's because the suppliers do not send us travel agent name. They only send us booking numbers. If they had sent us the travel agent name, I wouldn't require you to do this. We would just go and put it in ourselves. But because we don't know who the agent is, it has to cross-reference the booking so we know that Edwin made this booking. Edwin needs to get paid. Now, if we get the commission from the supplier on Monday, we send you that payment on Friday. We send it by ACH direct deposit via QuickBooks Online. All right. When you have your first commission owed, you will get an email from us and from QuickBooks to set up your account. You have to put in your bank information into QuickBooks one time and never again, because after that, anytime we have a payment for you on Friday, we click a button, it gets ACH direct deposited into that account. If we get the money on Wednesday, we send it to you on Friday. If we get the money on Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific, we send it to you same day Friday by 5 p.m. Pacific. Okay? Same day Friday by 5 p.m. Pacific. Now, I emphasize this point because this is not the norm amongst travel agencies. Other travel agencies will take 30 days, 60 days to pay out their agents. They'll call it accounting purposes. All right? Guys, it's 2025. We have tools like QuickBooks Online, right? It doesn't take 2 months to do accounting. It doesn't even take us days to reconcile transactions. It's minutes. I want you to realize that we understand and we recognize two things. Number one, cash flow is important. Number two, I don't want your money in my bank account. The moment that money hits our bank account, virtually within the same week, that money is right back out to you through QuickBooks ACH direct deposit. You'll get that money in your bank, by Monday, Tuesday, most likely. Okay? Fantastic. Now, to track your commission, since we're on this page, guys, I'm going to move my face to the right side here. To track your commissions, there is a button here called commissions. If you click commissions, you're now going to see all the commissions that you put in that you are owed. This is the last one we added. Do you guys see that? Travel end date. So this is the last one that we added, the Expedia booking. And once we pay you your commission, it's going to go into this section. And you're going to be able to see details of what booking was paid, how much your total commission was, your earnings, what did we receive, and what do we pay you. Okay, so it's all built to be very streamlined to show you all the transparent information so you can properly track your commission, and it can be all set in stone right here. And it's also going to be reflected on your dashboard, how much money you were actually paid, how much total sales you did based on your entries into the CRM. All right. Now, friends, I told you that, these are all the booking steps, but I told you that you don't need to memorize any of it, right? We help you, follow instructions very, very well. And that's because there's a tool here under booking tools called booking checklist. All right, we're going to go ahead and click this link. And that booking checklist is going to be a step-by-step breakdown of everything you need to do as you're making a reservation. It's going to take you through all these steps in an interactive, complete system, right? So the first step was to verify passenger names. You click mark completed. I'm going to come back to travel restrictions. I haven't introduced you to that tool yet, but you would check restrictions, you would mark completed, you would send the authorization form, you would mark completed, and it even tells you to check for the fraud red flags and what to do if you spot them, so that if it does come up, any of these red flags are hit, you can email my support team. Like I said, you don't need to memorize any of this information, guys. You just need to go down this booking checklist as you're making a reservation, and you're going to be solid. If it checks through, these fraud red flags, everything is okay, you mark completed. Last step is to put the booking in the CRM, and you're good to go. Okay? Now, there is one thing I haven't talked about here yet, guys, and that's travel restrictions. Let's talk about those. Under here, there's a link called Check Restrictions. If you click that, it's going to take you to the Travel Restrictions button here under Booking Tools. This is one of the best tools that you're going to be able to use. Okay? Now, this tool, all you need to do is put in your departure city for the client, put in the destination. Let's say they wanted to go to Thailand. You click, put in the dates, put in the passport that they have, if it's round trip, what type of travel they have. And if you click See Requirements, it's going to give you a step-by-step breakdown of everything that's required. Visa, passports, docs, if there were travel restrictions, health requirements, it's all going to be here to go to Thailand and to come back to the US and any other country in the world. Guys, this is something that you're going to use that's going to give you confidence in making your booking for the client. But even more than that, it's going to give your client confidence in booking with you, because you'll always have the answers. You're going to use Sherpa to get them. Okay? So make sure you leverage this amazing tool that we have in the portal. All right, guys? Perfect. Okay, so guys, that was the entire booking process from start to finish, right? As you're navigating the portal, it's very user friendly, it's very user intuitive. But that being said, you may have questions. Please reach out to my support team, right? Very likely that my support team has already called you, already connected with you. Guys, we're available for you to reach out to us by call, by email. Let me show you where you can see the help center that gives you all the information about connecting with us or getting access to additional help. So if you click your profile and you click help, you're going to go to the help center. There's all these different help articles. One thing I didn't mention, before you actually begin working with your clients, I want you all to review this section. And it talks about working with clients, completing the ALGV Pro, all the steps that were necessary. It also gives you client servicing tips. If you click this video, this is actually a video that I created with a screen share. That's basically a 18-minute overview of how to service those clients, how these clients came about, how you can talk to them, which suppliers you're going to use, basically whatever I just talked about, but in a Loom format with screen share. Okay, so take advantage of that. Also, we have scripts, we have templates here for you to use. We have all this advice and tips. Guys, please, this is created for you. We have a client management checklist. You can literally copy paste this into a Word document, print it out for yourself, and use it as you're working with the client. These resources are here to enable you to becoming successful consultants with us, right? We want that to happen, right? And you have to have these all reviewed before you start servicing our clients, because this is going to give you that information, the knowledge, the know-how to make it happen correctly. As you're going out, going throughout this process, of course, mistakes will happen. One mistake, it's okay, we'll help you correct it. The support team will help you, the booking advisor. Second mistake, same mistake. Okay, third time, same mistake. That's when we consider whether or not we're a good fit, right? You were given the opportunity, you're ready to rock and roll, you followed your instructions, you've done your training, you're in the system, you're watching this training video. We have so much confidence in your success, but if you consistently make the same mistake over and over again, that's when we have to look at this relationship and say whether we're not, whether or not we're a good fit. Meaning, we gave you the opportunity because we found a lot of success in allowing it or offering this opportunity in this manner. But now the performance really comes down to following instructions. Nothing else, just following instructions. And if you can follow these instructions properly, you're going to be wonderful, okay? All right. So back to the help center, guys. In the help center, we have our information, right? So you can call my support team. You can text us, although sometimes text is a little bit iffy. If text doesn't go through, we will email you or we'll call you back. Or you can email us, right? My support team's business hours are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. Granted, we do have a 24/7 emergency response team. God forbid your client's stuck at the airport, you're freaking out, you don't know what to do. You call our support team after hours, 2 a.m., doesn't matter. You dial the extension necessary to go to our emergency team, which is extension 9. My emergency support team will help you with that client emergency situation. Don't you worry, right? So you're never alone, right? But that line is for emergencies only, guys. If you call about, a reset password or a technical issue, that inquiry is getting pushed over to business hours so that my business team can respond to you with that, okay? Now, one thing I want to go ahead and introduce you to, guys, is the BWJ Exchange. So outside of all of the things that we talked about, there's a couple of other resources that I want to talk about. Well, before we talk about the community, let's talk about the calendar. So we have live meetings that go on throughout the month for you. If you click calendar, you'll see all the different live meetings that we have happening. And this is also a place where you can add your own tasks, right? So here's a task I added, right? If I wanted to look at all the tasks I added, I can just, toggle on and off the calendar. It's also going to show it to me on the calendar, like this one, call Mary about a Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, icon of the seas quote, right? You put in the date, you put in the time, and then I can mark as completed. Whenever I complete that task, it's going to clear out of the list here. It's going to go into my completed tasks, all right? Now with the calendar, you will see the meetings that we have going on throughout the month. Like for example, tomorrow you'll see there's a booking support and help call by Jacob, right? On this call, Jacob is doing an open forum. He does role playing. So you learn about the suppliers, how he's going to, go through the booking process, and he best enables you to service clients on these calls. You can click to join the meeting here at that time. And same with the BWJ travel team meetings. We have team meetings once every 2 weeks on Sundays. That's where Jacob and I both Get on that call. We talk about travel news, supplier updates, commission updates. We do live Q&As with the agents. Very fun and engaging conversation. I highly recommend you guys participate on this meeting as well. And you'll see other meetings throughout the month happen here, right? If suppliers have trainings, they'll be here. If we have, company meetings, they'll be on here. You can participate and get that value, right? Now let's go to the community. Now in this next tab, you'll see our community. It's called the BWJ Exchange. It's like a Facebook for BWJ. And it's really where you as an agent can go ahead and get access to our community, right? Now on the exchange, this is where you can network, you can partner, you can communicate with other agents, you can post, reply, comment, introduce yourself. Guys, the whole 9 yards, all right? This is a place for our agents to collaborate with one another. You can direct message each other. You can also collaborate with my support team. Take advantage of the exchange. Introduce yourself. Let us know who you are. Why are you passionate about travel? Where are you from? What goals are you looking to accomplish? We can help you accomplish those goals, okay? So get onto the exchange. This is going to provide you immense value as you're a part of the community now. And with that, I'm going to end it off with one other resource that's very important, guys. In the Help Center, I want to introduce you all to the Agent Profiler, okay? The Agent Profiler is your very own landing page website. Now, it's not required to create, but it's very highly recommended. Now, BWJ Travel is partnered with the Travel Leaders Network Consortium. It's one of the biggest consortiums in the world, consists of travel agencies like us. And through that partnership, we have significant benefits and perks that we get to offer our clients or our agents for free. And one of those is the Agent Profiler. This is your very own landing page website, all right, where you can put up your picture, contact information, biography, specialties, expertise, photo gallery, client reviews, map of all the places your clients have been. Guys, the whole nine. It's going to act as your landing page. I would recommend you create one, get the link, pop it on a QR code, put it on a business card, share it with prospective clients, right? Outside of the clients that you're servicing through us, it's not against company policy to also be servicing clients within your communities, friends, family, others. Not to say that that's required, but you're already going to have the system access. You're already going to have the knowledge, the education, the platform. The Agent Profiler is the best way for you to do that. Save your friends some money, earn yourself some commission. You can do that, okay? Now, when you create an Agent Profiler, you will also open yourself up to earning supplemental clients to service simply by having an Agent Profiler, right? And the way that works is, for example, if I search something, let's say I'm searching for all-inclusive travel agent in Seattle, right? If I search this, do you guys see that the top organic link is going to be the Travel Leaders link? So 95% of travel agent searches in Google will yield first or second position results to travel leaders, meaning that person looking to work with the travel agent will inevitably end up on the Travel Leaders website. When they end up here, they're going to see a list of profilers. They will click on yours. They will read about you right here. They will see you. They'll read your bio. They'll see your expertise, your reviews, your certificates, places, stories, map of all the places your clients have been, client reviews and everything. And they can call you or they can email you. And this is how you'll be eligible to receiving this client for free by having an Agent Profiler. But wait, there's more. RIP to the late Billy Mays with the ShamWow. Who remembers the infomercials? I remember the infomercials. But wait, there's more. When you create an Agent Profiler, you will also get access to Agent Universe. Agent Universe is a whole nother subset of training material, marketing content you can use, live webinars, supplier resources, education, cruise promotions only you can offer to your client, exclusive upgrades, perks, and discounts your client can't find online, only you can offer to them based on our relationship, our partnership with Travel Leaders Network. All right? Guys, the whole nine, it's Narnia over here. And you have access to all of these resources for free as an agent with BWJ. Okay? Now, I do want to highlight one resource in particular under agency resources. It's called Agent Discounts and FAMs. As a BWJ travel agent, you will never travel retail again. You have access to agent discounted rates. And here we have all the suppliers that have them going on. One of my agents recently booked an MSC Fantasia cruise. MSC Fantasia is a luxury cruise ship, goes from Rome, Italy to Rome, Italy on an 8-day voyage, is the one that they selected. 2 adults, balcony cabin, retails for $3,000. My agent booked that same cabin on his discounted rate from him and his wife. Same exact cruise for only $600 per person. That's $1,200 total, 60% off. All right. As travel agents with BWJ, you have access to these same exact agent discounts and benefits right now today, whether you like it or not. You're licensed and registered as a consultant, as an agent under BWJ Travels IATA, meaning you get access to these discounted rates right now. All right. Not after jumping through 100 hoops, not after doing, $100,000 in sales. If you wanted to go ahead and get an agent discounted rate to travel, you are more than welcome to do so. We all do. It's the perk of being in the industry. It's the perk of being an agent with BWJ. Okay. And last but not least, guys, I'm going to let you off with the fact that at the end of all of this, right, our mission here at BWJ is to bring friends and family together through travel experiences. The way we fulfill that mission is by training elite travel consultants, that's you guys, to go out there, service your clients, service our clients, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of clients' lives we can bring closer together, not just physically, but also culturally. That mission is not just our mission here at BWJ, it is now your mission. As a part of this company, that is the mission that we strive to do day in and day out. And I am very excited to welcome you to the team. I'm so appreciative, so grateful to have you on the team. You spent this time watching this recording. You're going to get contacted by my support team. You're going to attend the events. You're going to be on the exchange. We're going to see each other. We're going to connect and collaborate with each other live on those platforms. And I just want to say we welcome you with open arms. Let's become successful together. There's so much opportunity for growth on both fronts. Opportunity for you, opportunity for the company. And together we can honestly take it all over. Thank you so much. Welcome to the BWJ team, guys. Any questions you have, please reach out to my support. My support team loves what they do day in and day out. They're super passionate about it all. Please reach out to us so that we can go ahead and get you help as soon as possible and work on assisting these clients that are sitting there on your portal ready to be serviced. Welcome to the team. Rock and roll. I'll see you guys on the exchange and on our live events. Bye now.